Eselbank Pass, a section of which also appears on some maps as the Kerskop Pass, connects the Moravian village of Wupperthal with its sister village of Eselbank to the south in a high-altitude part of the Cederberg. The pass is about 5 kilometers in length and is very steep in places, but these sections have been concreted, which assists greatly with traction. It has an average gradient of 1 in 12, but the steeper parts do get as steep as 1 in 5. You can enjoy fabulous mountain scenery along this pass, and along the summit plateau area there are beautiful weathered sandstone formations as well as rooibos tea plantations. Allow plenty of time to complete the route all the way through to Maikie's Rivier, at least 90 to 120 minutes. This route is not recommended for normal cars. Things can get a bit rough on this road. It's more of a track at times, and especially so in bad weather. If you intend driving this pass from south to north as we filmed it, you'll be entering the Eselbank village from the south. Proceed slowly through the town. There's only one road, so you can't get lost until you get to the low-level causeway. After crossing the causeway, continue for another 200 meters to a sharp left-hand corner where you'll see a track leading away to the right. Take that track and continue for 200 meters to the parking area to visit the Eselbank waterfall. You can park your car and take a short walk of about 50 meters to the falls from the parking area. It's best to walk a little further downstream for better views of the main waterfall, but be extremely careful as the drop-offs are close to vertical and a slip here could prove fatal. Keep a very close watch on your children. The descent needs to be driven with care. Despite the good traction on the concrete surface, the gradients are steep, reaching 1 in 5 in places. All vehicles, and especially automatics, should gear down to save on the use of the foot brake. You do not want to experience brake failure on this pass. On some older maps, this pass is also marked as the Kerskop Pass. Make a mental note of the few spots where the road is wider. Should you meet up with a vehicle coming up the pass, you'll need to reverse back to one of these wider spaces to facilitate safe passing. Coming up at the 1.7 kilometer mark is a very sharp right-hand bend of 140 degrees. The concrete briefly gives way to gravel here. This next part of the descent faces east and gets quickly steeper to 1 in 5. Remain in low gear and descend in a controlled manner. The next bend is another very sharp one, equal in angle to the previous bend. With the direction back into the north, you can now prepare yourself for an easier section of the pass. This second half of the descent is not so steep, so take it slowly and enjoy the amazing views, especially of the Cederberg to the right. The Moravian village of Wupperthal can be seen dead ahead in a green oasis of trees and water. Wupperthal is a remote and historically rich settlement that has preserved its unique character for nearly 2 centuries. Known for its whitewashed thatched cottages, cobbled streets and tranquil surroundings, Wupperthal tells a story of faith, resilience and community that reflects a significant chapter in the country's missionary and rural history. Wuppertal's origins date back to 1830, when 2 German missionaries of the Rhenish Missionary Society, Theobald von Wurm and Johann Gottlieb Leopold, the grandfather of the celebrated South African writer C. Louis Leipold, established a mission station in the valley of the Tratra River. They named the settlement Wuppertal after their home city of Wuppertal in Germany, symbolizing the transference of European Christian ideals and agricultural practices to a remote South African landscape. Before the arrival of the missionaries, the area was sparsely inhabited by Khoisan descendants and a few Trekboer families. the missionaries sought to provide both religious instruction and practical education to local residents, introducing skills such as leather tanning, shoemaking, and agriculture. Over time, the mission became self-sufficient, with workshops, orchards, and livestock sustaining the small but growing community. The Wupperthal shoe factory, established in the 19th century, became particularly renowned for producing durable veldskoene, traditional South African leather shoes, a craft that has continued well into the 21st century. The Rhenish mission administered Wupperthal until 1965, when it was transferred to the Moravian Church, another Protestant denomination with deep roots in mission work in southern Africa. Tragedy struck in December 2018 when a devastating wildfire swept through the valley, destroying much of the historic village. Over 50 houses, the church hall, and vital community infrastructure were reduced to ashes. The disaster drew international attention, and efforts to rebuild Wupperthal have since become a symbol of resilience and solidarity. Coming up is a good example of how to deal with oncoming traffic on a narrow mountain pass. Being the descending vehicle, we were obliged to give way to the ascending vehicles. Restoration work, supported by the government, NGOs and volunteers, has aimed not only to reconstruct buildings, but to preserve the cultural and architectural heritage that defines the settlement. Today, Wupperthal stands as a living testament to endurance and faith. Its restored cottages and iconic Moravian church continue to attract visitors seeking to experience a piece of South Africa's rural and missionary past. More than an historical relic, Wupperthal remains a functioning village, humble, proud, and deeply rooted in the valley that has cradled it for nearly 200 years. Last of the sharp, steep corners makes its appearance at the 3.8 kilometer mark. From this point, it's gravel all the way to Wupperthal. Keep left at the intersection coming up, and don't be tempted to explore the right-hand option, as it leads to an outlying farm and it is a dead end. From this point, the gradients are much easier, and it also marks the end of all the bends, as the road follows the course of the river along its eastern bank. Under Moravian stewardship, Wupperthal continued as a close-knit Christian community centered on the church and school. Despite its isolation, accessible only by winding gravel roads, the village maintains strong cultural traditions and a deep sense of communal belonging. The pass ends at the crossing of the river at the 5 kilometer mark.